What were we saying?
I don't know. He said Jay got Rockwaller hair on the top of his head.
He the one that sent the shit to me, so I ain't worried about it.
Yo,
it's funny. I was out the mall and I seen somebody with that same hoodie on today. Cool, literally like 2 hours ago.
Real,
literally. Yeah,
Rich Mike.
I think I hit my hoodie limit. Like I got like 15. I got like a lot of hoodies right now. My hoodie game crazy.
There's no such thing. Don't never utter those words out your fucking mouth again.
Oh,
so
you
disrespectful.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Hoodie limit. Ain't no such thing.
I don't know, yo. My hoodie game is just
as long as hangers are 10 for $1 in Walmart, there's a hoodie to be had and hung up somewhere. Fuck them kids and can go in their club.
taking your kids hangers is toxic.
FTK.
Well, shit, I'm toxic as shit. That's the only time I go in their rooms.
To take some
still hangers. Like
they're still hangers, yo. That's terrible.
What else still it is? Clean washcloth.
You can't be stealing shit that you pay for, so.
Okay, Jay. Okay, young fella.
Wisdom from the young fella.
Yeah, motherfuckers that got no job. What they technically do got job? Anyway, yeah. So
your job is to go to school.
No, I hired them in my business so I can never mind. No,
what?
That. No, that's good content. That's good fucking business. I hired their ass in my business so I could pay their ass a salary and goddamn not pay taxes on it.
Yes.
Anything under 12.5, shorty.
Yes.
Turn your kids into employees.
Oh, it's gonna be one of them today. Okay.
Hey, fucking right. We ain't hide that shit no more.
We didn't get the intro off. Let's go.
All right, bro. Yeah, you go, bro. You go ahead.
Yo, this is Brothers Talking Shit.
Featuring Lola.
Episode 138. My brother didn't believe it was 138. He thought the number was weird, but it is. If you don't know, hey Lola. If you don't know, she's the 7th member of the podcast. If you didn't know by now. This is Brothers Talking Shit podcast, episode 138. If you don't know, after 138 episodes, who I am the Flush Man, still a fat boy. I'll still call you Broadish, and I'm your Huckleberry. And I've been your Huckleberry for a lot of years, just so it's clear, okay?
And I'm Iceberg Shorty, a.k.a. the King of Controversial Comments, a.k.a. Mr. I Say What the Fuck I Want. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And Paul Pierce is a fucking cornball. I know we're going to talk about it, but I got to get that off on my shit. I say what I say, don't at me unless you try to push the shit. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking clown. Good? But go ahead. Go ahead, Big Belly Rude Boy.
What's good? It's your boy Jay, Big Belly Rude Boy, the strong man of the group. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just here to muscle somebody today.
No 2 times?
2 times.
It's your boy JB. I'm here before 9. And I'm going to leave it to the one and only.
Pass it, yo. Pass it.
Pass it to the one and only.
Pass it to the one and only.
My bad. I'm going to pass. I'm a alley-oop it to the one and only. I'm going to lay it up to the one and only. I'm a crossover bounce pass to the one and only.
It's your guy, Cool Mike, a.k.a. Dr. Mike, a.k.a. the People's Podiatrist, and I'm also known as your favorite foot doctor.
Yes.
Coming to you with a group of gentlemen we know as some earth shakers.
We are that.
We some 40-acre takers. We not waiting for nothing.
Oh, no, we not. Nope.
And we some generational curse breakers.
And you should know that.
We are the prophetic podcast because we be knowing.
We do be knowing.
We just some brothers talking
with your cool
air. Shout out to Rich.
Shout out to Rich. Shout out to our brother Juice. Feel better, bro. Juice, you know you're a little under the weather today.
He ain't got that Rona though, so he good. Everybody, he good. He just ain't feeling too good.
Feel better, Juice.
You see what Jordan said?
No, I didn't see what he
said. He's insulted by the voice impersonation.
Hey, if you was here to do it, you know. Yo, shout out to JP who hit me with random sports shit like, yo, bro, this nigga called me in the middle of the day and just asked me some sports shit like, what you think about? Oh, some real sports shit. Shout out to JB. I love you, boy. Juice get well. Fellas, how was y'all Easter, man?
Oh,
Mace was
stop.
at the shake. Mace was at the Shakies. I brought it in at the Shakies.
What you got, Iceberg?
Family shit, man. We normally do a family Easter get together. I have not been home for any of them. Finally got home last year, and COVID was a thing, so we canceled it. But effectively had one yesterday, and do what we do, man. If you ever been in my family gatherings, yes, you know. It's better to be in than out, and we've been saying that our entire lives, right?
That's a bar.
We a whole motherfucking vibe, and we gonna have some fun, whether you show up or not, right? So if you've been around us, you know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. It's always been like that. I don't know a time that it hasn't been, right?
You know what's funny about that too is that you know folks get together and there's nothing wrong with liquid libation, but like as a family, it ain't like those times was filled with a lot of liquor flowing. You know what I mean, or nothing like that either. Like it straight would be, even as we matured, it ain't like no whole bunch of bottles in a straight family joint. You know what I mean? You got, light mimosas. There ain't no, you know what I mean? So the fun definitely just be natural, and then just as we are that generation, you know what I'm saying, and friends and all that expands, it's nothing to sit around and chat and have a drink or not, right? And just kick it. So like what you do, like that's to be able to do that as adults is awesome.
To speak to that, I was around the family a couple of weeks ago, and JB was hitting them with this all night. All night long, JB. Yeah, so when the alcohol is involved, a whole other side of JB come out.
Old girl
there
challenged me though. Old girl challenged me.
The one that was sleeping on the couch. Yeah, that blue stuff was rough on a couple people. We gonna leave that where it's at.
We kept calling. What's up, 25?
Yeah. What's up, 25?
Yeah, she gonna run it. She run
Definitely
up on me and talk about, yo, y'all drinking?
Pouring Tito's in our cup, and then you want to couch sleep.
Yeah.
Shout out to 25 though. All right, y'all. Listen, man.
No, what you do? You ain't say what you did. You just asked up the question.
Oh, my bad. I fried some chicken, went over my mother-in-law and my father-in-law house. We sat back, watched the Lakers get beat up on a little bit, and ate good, and kind of early evening. So it wasn't too late, but nice early evening. Like I was about to say, I need a little ISO, fellas. I need a couple minutes to just get something out real quick. So, I mean, we all heard about what happened to DMX, his OD situation. Last time we checked, or I heard, he was still, it wasn't in the clear yet. Maybe I'm wrong, fellas. Y'all hear something different?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. I heard he's breathing on his own now.
Okay. So, I mean, sometimes with people who are famous, we see them go through things and we kind of forget, what they meant to us at a point. So when this happened, I found myself in a space of remembering what DMX meant. And this is one of them things that, I could tell you about it. I could play an album for you, but it won't really give you the feel that you had to be there. We talk about that a lot. You had to be there for that. So let's go to a little bit of time before that, right? I had to put some thought into this. So, September 1997, we lost Tupac Shakur. March 2008, not 2000 anything. March 1998, we lost Notorious B.I.G. And then
I think your year's off, bro.
What was 98 for Big?
I thought it was we lost the Pac in 96 and then we lost Big in 97.
Am I wrong? I might be wrong. You could be right.
Yeah.
You're right.
97.
Right. I'm sorry.
96 and 97. Yeah.
96 we lost Pac.
Yes.
Yeah, that wouldn't make no sense. 96 we lost Pac, 97 we lost Big.
Yes.
And I can't real talk, I didn't know what rap was going to be like anymore when they died, And then Puff came, Puff came and he had a big year. No Limit came and had a big year. And I remember the first time I ever heard DMX. DMX is like one of them guys you remember when 50 Cent had his run. You remember you had to be there, but you remember what it was like. I remember the first time I heard DMX, and a boy I knew had the tape with Stop Being Greedy on it and Get At Me Dog on it. And I was like, yo, the boy hot. But I heard it and then it kind of got a little quiet. And then 321 came out. And it was like, oh shit. Who is this boy? He's serious. And then Money, Power, Respect came out. And it was like, oh, okay. And then it was Dark and Hell is Hot. Do you know how hot that name is? It's Dark and Hell is Hot. You had to be outside for that because it was something totally different. 9-7 was, it was shiny suits. It was pretty out there. Cool. You know what I'm saying? X came. Like
it was like this out there. Right.
Throw your rollies in the sky. Right. And
X
then it was
like I'm
gonna take that rollie off your wrist. Right? Exactly.
I'm hungry and I'm gonna take that. And
then not only did he had the grimiest guys in the world loving it. Y'all remember when he dropped that How's It Going Down with
Faith?
Then they threw Faith on the joint. You had to be outside. You had to be outside, cool. Like I could tell you about it, but you had to be outside for that, man. 2 albums in 1 year.
Get At Me, dog.
Oh my god! With the in the tunnel, the video with the black and white. Stop playing, man.
You got Rough Riders Anthem. Like
then
you couldn't go nowhere without
that. Go ahead, young fella.
So I mean, I want to get on this a little bit too. It's a personal thing, right? So as you said, I'm the young fella, right? So Pac dies, Big dies, and so it's like this space, right? And this is when I truly fell in love with the art of hip hop and rap, right? And it's X, so he means a lot to me. So I'm living in my apartment, with pops and whatnot, and got this person downstairs, and he keeps banging this CD, and I'm hearing, like, who the fuck is barking in the record?
Right. Yeah.
So he puts it on. He made him start talking. Well, he grew up with X. Little behold, X was born in Baltimore. People don't even know that. So X was born in Baltimore, and I didn't know that until he told me. So he put me on, and it was a concert that came down. Shout out, back in the day, Hammer Jacks, because I was out there, a little young. I had, had a little stolen whip. But you know what I'm saying? So I'm out there.
Jay, you were 9.
Don't do that to him, JB. Don't do that to him. Don't fuck
9 years old.
Don't fuck the vibe up, JB.
He literally was 9.
What does that mean? Does that mean if I can sit on the corner and sell rocks at 6, then I can't drive?
Also, you can't get into the club at 9.
Okay. I want
finish your story.
I want you to think that.
Come on, we in the space.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say his name. Nigga was in the club at 13, 14. I seen it with my own 2 eyes.
But not 9.
We know him.
Not 9.
Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Not 9.
Anyway.
Jay, hey, cool. We doing the math. Jay had to be 9.
No, number 9.
Yeah,
I was 9. We said, yeah.
He was like 11. He had like 11.
I was like 11. Anyway,
I saved you. I was like 11. Go ahead,
you good? But yeah, bro. When I got introduced to him, it was like genuine. It was like, and every album, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get some raw New York shit. But what I appreciated most of the album was, and I look forward to, was 2 things. The Damien skit and the prayer. Those are 2 things I always listen to in the album first before anything else, whatever. Now, my number 1 shit, when you play Keep Your Shit the Hardest.
What y'all want me to do? Keep your shit the hardest.
What? And go to hell, JB.
Yeah.
My numbers are here.
Yo, so like it definitely was a vibe. It definitely was a feeling too. You know what I mean? X, and especially like I think you're right, Neef, introducing that that transition. The shiny suit shit was popping. You know what I mean? And we hadn't really seen grimy, especially like New York grimy, since maybe early Wu-Tang, right?
Right.
The shiny suit shit take over, even with the down south stuff. Even their covers was shiny. You know what I mean? So here come X with his necklace is a goddamn junkyard dog chain with the lock on the junk. You know what I mean?
Right.
Goddamn dog leashes, the rope, the same shit you see in any hood. You know what I'm talking about? And then you be, so it felt the way. Then like from a hip hop perspective, for all of that shit to happen, you feel me? You gotta have the synergy of the movement, the wave, the production house, right? Rarely you see the ascension. So the fact that you get a Swiss Beats, right? No matter what you think about, but Swiss in that fucking production, which is one of the other things that also changed the tone. Like you had the Neptunes change a thing. You had, JD and them change a sound and get a sound to be out there. So to have a Swiss Beats with them, it just fits so perfectly. That's why that video with the tunnel joint with the lights flashing, and you probably got to have a seizure warning these days. The reality is it fit the schizophrenic nature of the beat and his voice and all that, man. It was actually a whole feeling. Then to be able to have a guy like DMX, so gritty and grimy, pull off those songs, what you really want from a nigga. This dude got anthems. That's like a hood love, not love. So it's wild. You know what I mean? And so you talk about crossover success to be able to kill a song with a blonde head Cisco, kill it. Make it a hip hop classic, more or less. Shout out to Nokia, the entity with the production out of City College. Yeah, Drew Hill. It's crazy, man. So, praying for X, man. All in all, but definitely a whole vibe, and his energy is second to none. What was it? 5 #1 album. That shit is hard to do. Yeah. Shout out to X.
So. It's crazy. So if you remember that time, and like you said, like Flush said, being outside, it's like, dog, you got the Def Jam stimulus package, right? That's how he ended up on all these songs, and he was affiliated with the, DNY, and then
good point.
The Swiss Beats, and then the connection with the Locks, and you're doing all these things, but you're a Def Jam artist, right? So Def Jam famously, every time a group or somebody got hot, they wanted to get their piece, right? Wu-Tang was on time, give me Method Man, right? Death Squad doing anything, give me Red Man, right? And they just constantly did that throughout their entire time. They got a piece of everything that was hot as it was getting hot, right? So if Dark and Hell is Hot came out in May of 1998, right? This was a huge year. Volume 2 came out in 98. And then you had something that was so unprecedented that DMX did, man. And I don't want to fucking gloss over it, right?
Like a Drake diss.
DMX put out a fucking second album.
Same year.
7 months later, right? This was the motherfucking Christmas album. It came out December 22nd of 1998. Mm-hmm. So I went to boot camp in July when Dark as Hell is Hot was out, came home right around Thanksgiving time frame. Dark as Hell is Hot was still in the streets heavy. And a month later, he tore the streets down with his second album in the same year.
Ooh,
that shit is insane. You're right. You didn't even give them enough time to work 3-4 singles, right? If you know the business, they work singles for 3-4 months at a time, right? Just to kind of give your album some longevity. So we got straight to it with DMX, enough to a motherfucker to say, all right, dog, right? You're not even the established artist you are today, then with to say, yo, we're gonna put out a whole nother album 7 months later, and that shit wasn't no fucking trash. It was
we can't
hot.
Hold it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yo, that shit was hot, right? I love Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, right? So, prayers for X, prayers for his family. A lot of things happened. I saw a lot of the Rough Riders pulled up outside the hotel. I believe his ex-wife, Tashara Simmons, was there and praying and all that stuff like that, man. You mean
the hospital, not the hotel.
What I said, I mean the hospital. You're right. Thanks, bro. Like that. I wish he was in the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like, man,
Cameron DMX, pull it.
Oh boy,
No doubt.
they couldn't
Yo,
even clear it. They
yo.
couldn't even clear it.
Shout out to all my
come
Rough
on.
Rider family in Texas that be watching us. So
You had to like find that song somewhere.
Yo, I got it. I got it, bro. That's one of them things.
Oh, you can get on DSPs now. It's there.
Yeah,
But back then, if you ain't having a fucking clue tape,
right,
yeah,
right. You was out.
It was out. Yeah,
that was that. That shit went
Yeah,
hard.
it's out.
Yeah.
JB, you there, JB? One more thing.
Came around what's next?
Yeah, I wanted to jump into 2 more stories. When I was a young boy, we used to have like this is around that same time. It was funny that Jay said Damien. When I was 16, I had like an alias that became Damien. So for like a summer, I was Damien. Like there's some people out there that still might never knew my name was Hanif, and Damien. Like I was Damien for like a summer. And you brought up that flesh in my flesh, blood in my blood. That I just love when a nigga bring his whole crew and just a bigger piece of cake for me to chew a whole through.
Yeah.
Damn,
that beat, that's what's beat. Oh man, that joint go hard.
Are those two, when we think about two artist producer combination, are they it? Are they the top of the food chain as far as that, or
no?
What do you think about
40 and Drake?
No.
But 40 do the beats. 40 do the beat. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say Timberland.
I ain't mad at that.
Timberland and Jay, but
no, I don't think they got enough. I mean, that's a lot of DMX.
Every album,
but they up
Timberland
there.
has a beat on there.
I'm not mad if somebody said that argument, but 40 and Drake definitely got.
You got to take that out. Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I can't even mad at that one. Get well soon, X.
And I think that I like the idea, man. Like I think it's like I don't know. It's a good point, but just like something to the people that came before you. So if you throw in the machine of Def Jam, the affiliation of Rough Riders, the synergy with Swiss Beats, and then the work ethic of Tupac, the hunger of a Pac, and you mix it all, you get 2 #1 albums in a year, right? But you gotta have that mix to go right, man. That ain't
hunger.
easy. So then if you Drake and them, like that generation now, these dudes, again, they know how to make these hits kind of like factory-wise, and then they got the same machines. Maybe it's minus some of the habits, right? So the production gets stretched out over a longer period of time, and you could easily string together a hit of synergistic God's plans, and you know what I mean, and it stretched a longer time than the missteps of, say, an X career when you think about it in those terms, man. But hopefully everybody learn it. Every generation moving forward, break them generational curses. You know what I mean? Even in the music.
Here can one of them questions that we'll never know the answer to, but we can always have that discussion. Big and Pac to the lob. Does X have that? Does he just move everybody out the way? Does that happen regardless?
I mean, we could say
say the question again. I couldn't understand.
If Pac and Big was still alive, because there was a little open space, there was a opening. Would X have had that same effect if Big and Pac never passed away? I kind of think he would. I kind of think he would.
I think Big and X would have did a song together.
Oh,
and that would have been.
I could have seen X and Pac together.
Yeah, he definitely had the same impact because these dudes is like they geniuses, man. So like again, like X had a whole day. It was a squad, right? So you hear all these people like lyricists, why? But you had to have that whole mix, hunger, the whole thing. So he would have broke through because he was hungry enough to break through,
right?
And they'd embraced him like a Tretch Pac thing, whatever that would have looked like. But yeah, hell yeah, especially with Swiss Beats, that shit was undeniable, man. You both that shit aged well. Them beats and that feeling age as well.
Yeah, I still feel good.
Yeah. Beep Carlos.
But what about here? Yo,
this out the blue.
Yo,
why do I
hey, cool. Yo, what you want me to do? Beep Carlos.
Beep Carlos.
Niggas tell me like, what you want me to do? Beep Carlos. Like,
right.
Somebody say, what you want me to do? I'll be like, beep Carlos. What you gonna do with that? You know what I mean?
Yo, cool. That was great. Cool. Man, let's get back into. I want to before we the sickness, like, and I found the sickness people go through, and I found myself. I think I was a little insensitive, coming up now, and I have agreed to understand. Like, I'm more, understanding to, you talking about a lace blunt at 13, and you know what? Here's another question. Something else I thought about. Without that, because I can recall without him and crack, do we get the same DMX? Now, before y'all answer that, like I recall when Old Dirty first came home, and him saying like, you know, people want me to be this guy that I used to be, but I'm not that same guy without the drugs. You get what I'm saying? So,
Wow.
how big of a part does that play in going back to DMX? I'm cooking tonight, cool. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Do we get that same X without the crack?
I got
I
tears
think
in my
so.
eyes, Joe. I mean, go ahead.
I think so. Just from the environment that he was in, until like being kicked out the house, and just how just back growing up in the 80s and early 90s, then it was different to today, right? So it's like kind of, I posted a meme today, right? And I was like, no wonder people born in the 80s and 90s are tougher than today's kids, because we had to slide down metal slides, and today's kids got rails and shit on the side of it, right? So it's like, we built tougher. So, but back then you just built tougher. Today it's not the same. So,
but that energy of barking and
Right, that's not regular. So I mean, again, that's one of them. The longer you live, like you mentioned, Flush, you have a better understanding. So, well, first of all, damn, when X came out with the story that the adult laced his blunt with, and then he was hooked pretty much ever since. To the nerve of that generation and that dude specifically to take the innocence of a child in that way. You didn't even give him a chance to be the teenager, to be the made it past 25, to be the I'm 40. Like, you ain't even give him that chance, right? The other part that you come to realize when I mention genius, I'm not even saying that loosely. I'm not saying that in hyperbole. I think anybody that elevates to this level where you can know their intellectual property pulled out of thin air, it matters, right? But what we find is this genius, especially in the art world, is often cloaked in habits, right? We all have habits. And if it's not drugs or alcohol or something specific, it might be too much church, too much sex. It could be anything on either end of the spectrum. And so in the arts world, you see a lot of drug use. You see a lot of and with Apple products. Steve Jobs famously talked about his LSD, weed, and other illicit drug use, that helped him spark this imaginary mind, right? Or whether it's just a clinical thing. And Kanye talk about hearing music and seeing beats in colors and speaking like that. These genius level thinkers that are able to conjure the shit up and have these habits. And so then it becomes can you balance and control your flipping habit? Right? Is it gonna push you to the edge of suicide like my man Team Spirit? What's my man in them? We know Nirvana. Cobain.
Yeah,
right?
Kurt Cobain, yeah.
Jimi Hendrix, like these ODs. I guess you put Prince and Michael Jackson in the same kind of categories, man. People got habits, so like that's the hard part. It's really that's a tougher question to me than the other one you posed, right. Big and Pop X. We don't know. That energy came from a place. I would like to think it was organic, but I don't know.
So here's my twist, man. Your destiny is made up of good and bad things, right? You understand that? Like nobody says that once you're great, everything that road was paved with gold. No, that motherfucker got rocks and bumps and everything in it, right? So if I look back at the totality of my life and see all the joyous moments to go along with all the hurtful moments, and if that got me here today, then so fucking be it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, like that's a part of your journey, right? The good and the bad, right? So was he able to do things for his family, do things for himself? You know what I'm saying? Give people jobs who didn't have it based on that crack habit? Probably, because that's what we know, right? So, that one moment can change your life, man, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what were you doing at this particular moment that if you weren't doing, would you be here? And I often think about that based on where I am now, right? Like if I told everybody my journey of how I was why was I searching for what I was searching for on the internet when I found Brian, right? And then I found Brian to ultimately get into a program that I needed help with. And then ultimately him asking who wants to volunteer. Well, I was happy at work. I was just like, yo, me, right? And he didn't make any promises to me. Not $1, right? So, but you know, being here now, it's like shit. You know what I'm saying? But I can earmark all of those moments in time of when things happen. And you know what I'm saying? It only had to it could be anything, right? Me meeting C's, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I could have looked at the phone, like, I don't know the fuck this is, and hit the end. And he could have not been persistent and called me back, right? Or whatever, like which put us on another journey, right? Or you know, me and niece relationship. I could have not offered to take you to Philly. Will we be where we are today? I don't know. But I'm thankful that I did in that moment in time is where it was, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, I'm stuck with Cool and JB, but same thing with me and Jay, right? In Kentucky, right? I could have been standoffish and been my typical Baltimore self and not talk to you, right? Or whatever. Like we wouldn't have.
No, but you had but we ain't gonna get too deep. You had a process even with me, bro. Like you had a process. You know what I'm saying? So it comes to you, and it comes to you the you know, like you said, the right way. So, you know, however you get there, man. You right about that.
Yeah, some of the most beautiful things in your life come from terrible situations or terrible shit. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of live my life with no regrets. You know, when I sit back here and look, you know, like I've been asked, you know, would you have stayed in the Navy? Without the Navy, who know? You know what I'm saying? Like things could have, you know, who knows? You know, I didn't graduate high school. I didn't walk across the, you know, the stage. You know, if I'd have graduated high school, I might be, you know, I know niggas that walk across what they call the stage that still live with their grandma. You get what I'm saying? So all them things happen for a reason. So I do kind of live my life for like no regrets of, you know, if I could change something. No, I mean, I'm good with the path I'm on and you know where I'm at with it, you know. So I, you know, when them questions come up, I do feel like I would, you know, stick to things being how they are.
Real quick, I've heard but I've heard of a story of somebody as a later adult getting smoking something that was laced with something else, right? Pre-roll, maybe handball, and like something came out of that from a reaction. I don't know if it was a mini addiction or a troubled time, but it was a friend, you know, nameless. But it really happened in the last probably, you know, decade or so, right? So that shit still happened, you know. If you said, I mean, I don't know how to tell nobody, just don't smoke behind nobody. You know what I'm talking about? But like that shit, for whatever that's worth, man, it's, you know.
We might not have got X.
Yeah.
You know. Like we said before, get well, X, you know. We got a lot more living to do. Dog. The George Floyd case started last week. And I ain't gonna hold you. Like one thing that I'm a little, it feel good a little bit what I've been seeing, but I feel like you can't sit back here and until the verdict come in. I don't, you know, my hopes aren't up. But man, it's seeing that older guy cry on the stand really hit home with me. And even the young cat who called the cops and he said he felt guilty about calling the cops. Those are the two things that stuck out to me, seeing the things that I've seen on the trial. I haven't actually got to watch it, but I've caught clips of it. And those two are the two things that stick out to me. What are y'all seeing? How y'all feeling? Or where y'all heads at?
Let me address something real quick, man. And I understand a lot of things that are happening in social media, right? Like George Floyd ain't on trial, right? It's fucking Derek Chauvin, right? And that's a part of the conditioning of society, right? And like you said it, and it's very innocent, right? But George Floyd has been gone for a while now, right? So it's not the George Floyd trial; it's the Derek Chauvin trial. That motherfucker's on trial. You know what I'm saying? George Floyd had his life maliciously taken from us at an early time, right? By Derek Chauvin.
When it was OJ, trial. It was OJ.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
True. Right. That's crazy. And that just came, that's a natural
conditioning, right?
Right. That's crazy.
And it was innocent, but like I said, that's the things that I've been seeing. Like, you know, George Floyd ain't on trial. Yeah, Derek Chauvin.
Good point, because I didn't even hear it myself. I can't.
Right.
I'm guilty. You know, I didn't even hear it the way you said it. But like you said, it ain't natural. It's subconscious. It's direct conditioning. That's the way they kind of frame it. Anyway, you're right. Yeah. Damn.
And that's crazy. They do when it's on the news. They don't never say. I see the George Floyd trial. That's what I see.
Right. That's part of the game.
Wow. That's the game.
You know what I mean? Wow. That's part of the game. Wow. So now you're not even saying the motherfucker who on trial's name, right? You see what I'm saying? And then he gets off and it's like, he just wilts away. And then we rest in peace George Floyd every time something comes up.
Right.
You know, like I caught glimpses of it. And it just, as you say, like, I don't want to be optimistic and say, you know, he's going to get his justice, right? And speaking of George Floyd going to get his justice, or his family's going to get his justice for his death, it just makes me angry, and it just reminds me like how this world is and how lucky I am, right? Frozen, yeah. It's just one more thing. You know, the things that I'm doing in my day-to-day.
You got frozen. You got frozen.
Say it over, bro. You got frozen. You was frozen. Yeah.
So it just can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
It just reminds me on my day-to-day of things that I'm doing in my life to just be prepared and be aware of my surroundings. Because you never know, right? So, you know, especially out here in Florida, right? You know, you got to stand your ground, right? So no matter what, people have their own, precipitation of what stand your ground is, right? Me personally, you know, I try to give you a little warning, like, hey, man, you're getting a little too close. Get out my bubble. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, luckily we had this thing called COVID, and people don't want to get too close to you and stuff like that. But it just reminds me, you know, always be aware, right? You know, in the military, you know, we say watch your six, right? So, you know, if I'm with somebody, then, you know, hey, you look that way, I look this way, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even when driving, right? You know, it's just like, all right, you know, you gotta watch what corners you hit and where and whatnot. So, you know, like I said, like I just take it as a blessing, right? And I'm above ground right now. I'm able to see the things and do the things that I can do and talk to my family every day. But I'm just trying to stay optimistic that, you know, he will get his, you know, his day in court and they will see the light.
Only in America can a man have a knee on his neck for 9 minutes, and we still got to go to trial, and there's a whole bunch of other things they try to throw in there to justify this action. Only in America.
Yeah.
Anybody else got something on that one?
Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, definitely. Bitch ass nigga. I'm sorry. Earth, Wind and Fire versus the Isley Brothers. Now I didn't get to watch it. And I wish I could have. But one thing I can say, Ronald Isley with that beard, smoother than
clean as the board of health, dog.
Yo, everybody was like, who the fuck is that on the stage? Like, I don't see Mr. Biggs nowhere. Did he die during COVID? And nobody tell us what's going on? Who's that?
I can't wait to get my all gray beard. I can't wait.
When son said he had to learn how to change diapers 14 years ago, I had to look it up. I said, oh, yo got a young wife. Mr. Big is still, you know what I mean? He been pimping since been pimping. His wife like our age. She like 40 something. No cap. Yeah. And his son, he got a son younger than my oldest daughter.
That concert is what I'm gonna call it. Other than the commentary from Steve Harvey, it was great, bro. I ain't
have a problem with Steve though. People was hard on Steve. I ain't had a problem. It's like, just think of it like this: if you're heroes, like you huge fans of somebody, right? and you can kind of attribute a lot of that. Yeah, like you get the opportunity to host that, and you attribute a lot of that to your youth and you're growing up and becoming a man or what have you. I think most of his, what people were critical of was just his excitement and just being a fanboy.
I think you're missing a piece of that, JB. I think there's a piece with Steve Harvey or that Derek Jackson side of the game, right? So when it's one thing, the memes are actually agreed. The memes was like he was talking too much. Then somebody was like, stop talking. Then he stopped talking the second half, and it flowed better. But like the Willie D was in the comments, and Willie D was hard. But the reason Willie D is so hard, I've watched his channel for like a couple years. They not fucking with Steve Harvey in the manosphere, tell them what they want to hear for some years since that Trump shit.
Right.
So it's mixed in with some yuck coonery that a certain sect of. But I get what you're saying for sure. Like he didn't grind me up, but he was talking a little bit too much because I wanted him to get right to I wanted them to talk about the songs and play them. You know what I'm saying? But it was great. But
to be fair, they weren't giving him a lot to work with in regards to like trying to get conversation out of him. Because I think the Isley brothers came. I think the Isley brothers, they old school. Like they
that's why they put Steve in. That's why they knew there was.
I was tired yesterday just being out.
They had an 80-year-old man. They had an 80-year-old man up performing till whatever time zone they was on.
Ron Isley will be 80 years old next month. Next month.
That's what I'm saying. Like they had him up performing at whatever time they had, and I'm pretty sure if I was tired, I know Brother Ron was tired.
Bro, and they'd be right. Like I say, somebody was like Sherry Shepherd. Somebody was gonna go like, "Give us a tour, please." And in my mind, I'm like, "Yeah." Then immediately, I'm like, "That's like asking my folks to do a goddamn. Ain't nobody got a goddamn tour. You 80. You know what I'm saying? My folks say 80, but like you get my point,
right? Close, like
right. I don't ask you to drive.
Keep in mind, just think about motivating. How would they get motivated to go on? They've been touring their whole life.
Money, get the fuck out of my face. They be like, what would they incentivize Ron Isley? They could do like a Vegas. What's that? That's why I see why they do that residency. That makes sense
for a weekend.
Yeah, do like for a weekend. Maybe two.
right, 2 weekends.
They kind of hinted of a Earth, Wind and Fire and Isley Brothers song too.
That's fine. That ain't a tour. Like
no, I'm not saying that.
Oh, a tour? No.
Speaking of that,
a one night only joint.
My question.
Do it virtually.
Why nobody answered my question about why was Verdon wearing pearl necklaces? Nobody answered that. Like
that's his style, bro. He like the young pearl necklace song. That bothered me. He had two a lot worse.
You asking a brother whose name is Vernon why he got a pearl necklace?
His name
First of all,
he had two pearl necklaces.
He's 69 years old. Like
you acting like that joint wasn't pressed. You acting like his head wasn't pressed.
Right.
Brother been good and married for a long time, right?
The nigga used to wear platform boots. He ain't like that.
He's still. What you mean? Still? He's still a god.
What I'm saying, like I didn't even notice it was so. It was so regular. He was tamed as far as I'm
right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
He was.
That was regular. Yeah. That was like
everything we say about them. Everything we say about the younger generation, they wasn't playing back then. Like they was legit coming out with halter tops.
Androgyny was like a whole thing.
Hey, what Charlie Murphy said?
Hip hop, hip them. You know what I mean? They dress like that.
Sugar Hill Gang.
Last vested to that. Melon, all them halter tops.
All of them.
What Charlie Murphy say? Don't get mad at me. You know you ain't get that from the men's section.
Rest in peace, Charlie.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Ernie was playing the hell out of that guitar, bro.
He was.
Bro, when he threw that motherfucker behind his back, like,
bro, what did I tell you?
Bro, he could do a solo guitar album. That shit is crazy.
Look, I know everybody was giving me a hard time amongst the family. They like, yo, Earth, Wind and Fire. I'm telling y'all.
They said Isley Brothers.
Yo, we was arguing that though. Me and JB was in the corner trying to fend them off.
I was trying to tell y'all, I was like, yo, it's gonna get funky when Earth, Wind and Fire come out with they bangers, and you know the Isley got a couple shoulder rolls where just they ain't gonna get knocked down. They be like, all right, go ahead, boom, boom, and then they walked them down after that. I came to my car, bro. I said, bro, they walking them down, bro.
He did, yeah. He kept saying like, me and Mommy was jamming, right? Like,
hold on. Mommy was dancing, wasn't she? I know she was dancing. She was. You wasn't sitting down the whole time.
It's a dancing family. What you talking
about?
And you gotta think like Maurice White was pretty much the lead singer. Once they said, I was like, dog. I was like, look, their lead singer ain't there. Like, I mean, I know the Isleys down to 2 brothers. You know what I'm saying? God rest the other Isleys. They down to 2 brothers left. However, they still got the voice. They got the voice and the brother on the bass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
see
Reggie messed up not bringing his bass. He should have brought his bass. He probably saw Ernie bring that bass. He's like, oh shit, dang.
Right. So when I saw 2 guitars over there, I was like, okay, if we gonna get this, right? No, they both was Ernie's.
Ernie was not giving one of his guitars.
You know what I appreciate? You know what I really appreciate? Oh, first of all, it was a genius. Whoever run that .com was in them comments heavy with some nice facts and tips with regards to the samples and all of that shit.
Over 40 samples.
They was in there heavy doing they little comment shit. I noticed that. That's little social media. But like, we know the songs, right? So like hip hop artists made great songs from these samples. I mean, all-time great songs. But the fucking artistry in the inception of this music, from the words to the goddamn instruments, we might never see that shit again. Like we might never see it again.
Yeah, never.
Technology has robbed us of that for sure. Cool.
I'm gonna tell you what I did enjoy from Steve Harvey. He was giving a story about the Super Bowl, about the Isley brothers, and he said that they went out and played his song during the Super Bowl, and he said Ernie looked at me like, ain't nobody authorized that. He said he made a phone call, and next thing you know, the dollars start rolling in. I said, boy, Ernie ain't playing. The pimp hands are strong, boy.
I know that Isley did had to fight to get some of their publishing back, because I think what did Ice Cube use Footsteps in the Dark, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, right. And I think back then, I don't think they owned the publishing to it when Cube bought it, if I'm not mistaken. If something crazy happened, they end up getting it back. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like you said,
get them people they shit, man. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, yeah, that's the part that be tripping. It's like
it shouldn't be that many years, and they don't got their paperwork.
No, I think they got it on now. I think they got it on now.
That's some of them cut off your nose and spite your face shit. That's some shit we'll never understand. Like, you know, I'm gonna keep it instead of giving you 70%. I don't know. Like, damn, you can't take 30%. You know,
you done had it for 40 years.
Hey,
like, can I eat off of it a little bit? God damn.
Right.
How many brothers passed away? Like, come on.
It's funny. So cool. JB
four of them. There's only 2 left.
Yeah, he was like, yo, they slow walking them, They slow walking them. I was like, yeah. So it's all about the placement, right? I'm pissed that you played the live version of The Way of the World at the very beginning. Like, I was like, y'all in the way for that, yo.
That placement always gets.
I'm telling you,
placement
bro.
Get them.
Yo, they when I seen it, when they did that, I was like, I said that's it. I said all
the misstep
to do is shoulder roll the next couple joints, and then they just go have heat after heat after
boom.
They play motherfucking Can't Hide Love, boy. I got that cranked the TV all the way up.
You watched it on Triller?
I watched it on Triller, and I streamed it to my TV from my iPad.
Yeah, Triller gotta figure something out.
They gotta
tighten that up, Triller.
Make that something more accessible.
You gotta get my mother on them Triller. You gotta
like come on, dog.
Y'all
gonna call them up like that? That joint gotta be able to be on the Fire Stick at least.
And you can get them. You can get them, Triller. You can get them on there.
I watched it on YouTube.
It was throwing virtual panties at Mr. Biggs all night.
Oh boy, they're just popping for Mr. Biggs right now.
Somebody got pregnant. Somebody pregnant.
Hey, yo, they tried to get like the one negative thing. I heard a little negativity about them doing songs that R. Kelly wrote or whatever. Come on now, Let's.
I'm not even talking to those people. Like we're not even having a conversation.
They don't
Hey, world. Let me tell you something. If you want to eradicate all the music that R. Kelly has written, your life is going to be fucking sad. Right?
If you want to eradicate. if you want to eradicate all the music that any pedophilia or fucked up part of it, we might not have music. Apparently, that's what they say. I don't know, but come on, man. Yeah. So like that's somebody that don't pay for their own mortgage or rent or some shit like that. That be bad as shit like that. I don't know.
Like you might want to delete Michael Jackson and all types of shit. Like don't get it fucked up.
Right.
Don't stop there. Like
All right. Let's get into this. I want to get into this Quavo and Saweetie in the elevator thing. I know.
We here. Go ahead.
I mean, my thing is when I look at it. When we were going back and forth in the group text, and JB was saying whatever he was saying. My whole thing is just the way people have looked at other situations. I felt like it was going to be damaging to Quavo. Do I think it's? I think that can be the beginning of something later on being physical. I believe that. I believe that can happen one time also, and then not happen again. But I do believe that could be the first steps into something even more, hands-on.
Like her beating his ass?
Y'all two, I'm just saying in general, whether it's her, him, or them two together, I believe that can be the start of something. And I believe that it can happen one time and not happen again also. You get what I'm saying? So I believe...
I don't think it was enough. Go ahead, Jay.
It wasn't Tory Lanez and Megan. So I don't see it really escalating anything like that. He already got the car repoed. So it's like, all right,
no. This not what I'm saying, Jay. What I'm saying is an incident like that can become more physical, as that can be the first step in a physical
incident like what?
Where's though?
No. So see, this is where it gets ugly, and this is where it gets
I agree.
An incident like what? What did we see? What did we see?
I saw Saweetie swing at Quavo and he ducked and missed.
Right.
And then he was tugging for his bag and she fell and sat in the elevator like a little child. That's what I saw.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying both of them. I'm not saying
I want to be. No, I ain't saying that. I'm just because I know
was she drunk? Was he drunk? Were they playing? Wrestling around? Anybody wrestling around? What they? No, you can't say that. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Only person knows that is them two in the elevator wall.
The incident was a year ago.
True.
Right? Were they drunk? Was she drunk and he was sober? Right? Were they playing and wrestling around? Anybody ever wrestle and play around with your significant other?
Yeah. True.
Yes.
True.
You understand what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing to address. She ain't came out and say he was abusing me.
Right. And that's the thing. Like sometimes people get mad, more mad than but I definitely get what you're saying, Flush, because we do live in a cancel culture. Cancel culture still is a thing. I think people are fighting back against cancel culture. Like you realize that people just be in their emotions, and if it's enough collective emotions, then you get canceled, even though it's not cancelable. You're like, man, what the hell, right? So, or you selective cancel, right? This is bullshit. But he definitely ain't punching, closed fist punching in the face.
It wasn't Ray Rice.
It wasn't Ray. So
it wasn't fucking Solange got daggone hitting Jay-Z. It wasn't Solange hitting Jay-Z. It wasn't Chris Brown hitting Rihanna. Like it wasn't any of that. If we've seen much worse.
But as black men, do you feel like it's black?
So for people to elevate it on those terms, even social medially, I do see that. But I think even like men are pushing back on some level. Right? Or saying like, hey, this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Because dudes ain't out here indiscriminately protecting no closed fist woman beaters.
Right.
These ain't doing that. But like I've been lied on, bro. As a regular old Michael Smith, I've been lied on, right? By a woman or female who said I said a thing or tried to holler at her, and I was messing with a family member of hers. Right. And it was like a whole lie, not even a little bit of truth.
Right.
So like, what we do with that? Just be like, and I'm not. So what I see, you're not gonna tell me what I saw was him close fist Ray Rice. Ray Rice is like, ooh, right, and you chips all what they made.
Right.
But this definitely looked like something more than an argument, but less than something that deserved a police report, I guess. So they say they investigated now, and but ain't nobody go to jail.
Yeah,
I just feel like when it comes to black men, it's like. you know, they still try to find a wrong in that situation. You get what I'm saying? It's a
You're
thing.
right.
It's your fault regardless. And I've been in you know a situation before where it's though like I'm walking away and you're following me, trying to assault me. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm leaving. You get what I'm saying?
You won't let me leave. Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
So you know, but usually how it comes as far as the people or as I can't think of the term, just media or whatever. They look at it. They see is the wrong in the black man in these situations.
Well, they put George Floyd on trial. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. So when we see that, elevator, he Ray Rice, sir. Like that was the first. No, he did. I mean, no, he didn't. Then the certain blogs didn't show the beginning of that section where Sweeties was swung on him and missed. Right. Then the first 3 seconds before that came out, a couple days later on the right blog. So why would you do that? Why would you get a video and not see her if there's not a narrative frame? Now I don't fucking know them, so I don't have a dog in a race and on all that. Like, right. But like you said, abuse wasn't the reason she left, right? If we know it was because he was sleeping around, it wasn't because he was going upside her head. I do believe that you are not your mistake, especially when you're young. They still 20 something, like you said.
I saw a video yesterday on the timeline where a girl ran him over. Right?
I see that. Yeah, I see. Why was he standing there so long though?
All I'm saying was smiley faces.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, no, for real. All I saw was smiley faces and laughs, and I'm like,
whoa. Bro, the girl.
If that was the woman,
the girl filming it was dying laughing. If that was a man in the car and he hit her leg and rolled over her ass, that would
timeline would have went upside down.
Bro, it would have been national news.
Right. Yep.
Roll over his ass with both wheels.
They was laughing. We rolling niggas, we running over niggas all the time.
But the shit what? That shit did look crazy because it was like she turned the car all the way around. I'm like, that shit threw me off. Like, I'm like, yo, like, and then she hit him with the car. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like, he had to know. Like, I don't know.
He probably didn't know. He didn't think that was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? He didn't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, that shit was.
So
crazy,
So I seen somebody say, what did he do to her to make her react like that? There's no way if a man. No way if a man was behind the wheel and there was a woman, you would say that. That's not and these are black women, man. For our sisters to be like that, it's the same shit. It's the same shit. And men are now saying, hey, you crazy.
I told my sister
something acting like that.
I told my sister, she was like, my sister said one time, oh yeah, I'm ready to go do. Listen, if don't nobody put their hands on you, you don't go putting your hands on no man, period. You just because you upset and you feel some kind of way about his actions or whatever like that, leave him alone. All that because of something, because of if he didn't touch you. Has he touched you? No. Because you're upset don't mean you just go putting your hands on this man because he did something that upset you. That's not okay.
So my thing is the results of violence are always absolute. Like you can either be hurt, die, or there can be a narrative formed on you that's gonna stick with you for life. So my thing is like, if it ain't life or death, or you don't feel like you can protect yourself, walk away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Male,
and that's
female,
to our sons and our daughters.
If you had the opportunity to get away, you get away. First and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Because the results of violence are absolute, no matter what, no matter how you play it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the way I see it. Like you ain't like, especially as a dude, you're not gonna come out on the right side of nothing in regards to you in a physical altercation woman. Because I saw that video and then I saw the timeline where it was like, oh, he slammed her around. I was like, he swung her around. Like, what's going on? He was going for the bag. And once he realized, oh, I was tripping, he stopped.
When he looked into the camera though,
he definitely ain't connected as many times as Solange connected on Jay-Z. Why were we outraged about her?
And then,
why we ain't
cancel her? Get canceled enough,
they said she was holding.
Why we ain't canceled her?
Anybody trying to get that shit? About the reason.
Beyonce
was telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all what they were saying.
Beyonce was the only wife in that video. She ain't do nothing. Beyonce was the only wife in that video. She ain't do nothing. Why we ain't cancel Solange? I don't want to cancel Solange.
Right, but the narrative got to.
I'm just saying.
They got to stop. Whereas though, it's so because
she connected more than QUAVO.
after that, cool. The negativity was going towards Jay-Z, not Solange. Ain't that crazy?
Right.
Crazy.
True.
3 hot albums later, though, they killed that shit.
Oh, they made a bunch of money.
So many money.
A bunch of money.
Yeah.
So
$1 billion in love it.
They probably cut Solange a little check. Thanks for the video.
Yeah, I'm here. Solange was one of them 3 albums.
She was one of the 3 albums.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Shit. It was the best album today.
Y'all keep talking about all these conspiracies. Listen, this is what we gonna do. We're gonna get in this elevator, right? Solange, you just gonna jump in.
Sometimes shit go down when there's $1 billion in the elevator.
Right.
You know
right. Yeah.
She's saying, yo.
Sweetie ain't gonna never find a man to spend on her like that again, like Quavo did. That's my prediction.
Listen, she got her own. She should be getting her own money. She out here.
Sweetie will never find a man to spend on her the way at the level that Quavo did. That's my prediction. Because who he gonna be? He got to be somebody bigger than Quavo.
Drake is the only person bigger than Quavo.
Drake.
Listen, Drake could be the one. Drake could be the one too. Like Drake could be the one too.
That's the only.
It's funny that you say that.
Lateral or down.
Like exactly. That is the level up, right? Like that's it.
Yo, it's crazy how and it's crazy like with that celebrity stuff. How you look at like certain ones, isn't it? Like when you look at a Amber Rose, and it's like slowly like.
I think that's what happens to them all.
But then some of them go up like
nobody goes up.
Some of them go
I'll
up
refute
like
you before you say whoever it is. Watch. They all go down.
Somebody give one up.
I don't know what's the name right there.
You better get your wife early. Only wives that get go early.
Would Kim be the glow up?
I don't know. Sierra. That money long. That money long in a Wilson home. What you mean? He got more money than Bow Wow and Future put together.
That's football money, though.
so it's different.
I'm saying it ain't as long as the season. What are you gonna do post football matters, right? So like
you see the
that
contract,
shit happens, bro.
You see that contract,
bro. You see Hollywood? This shit, this shit breaks up. That shit his biggest fear. This motherfucker need to figure this out. His biggest fear is Sierra. If he don't change that shit, she gonna leave anyway. She don't like that shit. Don't ask me how I know. I'm just saying. Right, so I'm not discriminating disputing his money, and he's talented to do something, but like that shit gonna run out, and them shits don't last. Beyonce and Jay-Z is blazing history about now.
I think Russell Wilson gonna have his post career I think his post NFL career he's gonna be on somebody's station calling the.
Well,
you know how much money?
No.
You know how much money Tony Romo make a year? 16 games.
You think Tony Romo has got that on Russell Wilson? Oh, let me reverse. Do you think Russell Wilson can do what Tony Romo does?
Hell no.
No, that's a good question.
No. And there's been a lot of people that does what Tony Romo does, but nobody does.
Antonio Walker made $100 million, right? These $100 million niggas go broke, and the women leave. And the women leave. And look, you still ain't gave me a woman that went up.
I don't know. You took that one from me.
Would you say Kim K? That's what I was at.
Yes, she elevated, but where's she gonna go from here though? That's what I'm saying. The thing is, like, where they go?
Yeah. Hold on, yeah. Serena went up.
She
went. Where
from she gonna go? Is she married? Did they get married?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, they got married. Yeah.
Oh, did she?
That's the Reddit dude, right? She married the Reddit dude.
Yeah,
I believe.
Because we really talking about like weddings. In the end, I'm saying. It's her, like they think, because Sweetie said, look at that video, I don't want to see it, but like she was wilding out on that goddamn thing. And I don't know if y'all even took the time.
The show? On the show?
Yeah, it was wild.
Me and T was watching some of that shit like that.
It was wild. No. She was talking like their relationship was over.
Forever Justin
like a single woman.
Yeah, so was it talking like a single lady.
Was it right for them to put their hands on him?
Shit, the Brad had to glow up. She got what's it called?
Yeah, was it
Big
right?
Booty Judy?
Yeah,
a woman.
Yeah,
was
it right? Was it right?
You didn't say it. You just said who went up?
Are you kidding me, Jay?
Jay, stop.
I'm just
Jay. We trying to ask a serious question here, Jay.
So from where the Brad was at?
From Funkified to Big Booty Judy and waist training,
and Miracle Hair Drops.
That shit is nah.
Yo, so was the Migos right for putting their hands on me? He was an innocent bystander.
I heard 2 or 3 of them wasn't there at all. There was just one of them was there.
Who was there?
And Quavo apparently. I don't know
them niggas get busy, huh?
I don't know how the fuck you be in ATL club and get beat up and there's no video that came out yet. I'm not sure how that happened.
Because they know the rooms. They got them niggas running.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know how you in a nigga city and you was joking them and all that shit. I mean,
like, them niggas get busy with that weird shit they be wearing. Take that shit.
It had to happen because that nigga ain't even talking about it neither.
He talking about Joe Buttons was like, yo, you okay? He said, I'm good. That ain't really his fault. Y'all want to get your hands on Puff Sunday. Y'all not gonna do that.
That really wasn't his fault.
He had to be he was the fall guy. That's
put your hands on whose son?
On Puff's son.
Yeah,
they're not putting your hands on Puff's son.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said they was trying to get their hands on.
No, I said you couldn't get your hands on Puff's son.
Puff through the weight at the UCLA coach head for real.
Puff still up on Drake. Like,
he smacked Drake. Yeah. Yeah, he ain't doing that. So, but like, I don't even know that they like Justin actually wasn't disrespectful though. He actually wasn't
innocent bystander. You had to go.
He
wasn't
take the L for your like Puff's son Justin wasn't disrespectful. And as a matter of fact, when she said some reckless shit, he was like, they played the brr, 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 brr. He like, no, that ain't no brr, 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 brr. You know, he like, that's not no clap for that. You know what I mean?
Niggas mad. Somebody got their ass whooped.
He was a regular man. So if I was Quavo, for example, I would have been most mad at her, second mad at the mean dude, and not even mad at Justin. He wasn't even disrespectful to me. He just was there.
He just had a bunch of adrenaline he had to let out. So and Justin was in the spot. So so was Michael Rapaport a sucker for posting them KD tweets? No, this the twist. This the twist for me because people was like, oh, like matter of fact, me and T was talking about it. T was like, well, how you know it was KD? Somebody, I said, no, KD did that shit.
Easy money sniper.
I said, KD did that shit. She was like, well, you know, he could have got his
KD was the only child.
His account, yeah, he is.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's not. KD got a brother.
Oh, do he?
Got a brother.
By his older brother.
Yeah,
I don't think his mother's son. I don't think his mother's son.
Oh, so it's different.
A big brother wouldn't have posted that if you had you wouldn't have posted that. But
like if you had
I'm not even
your life.
Yeah, you wouldn't have posted that. Like, but
I listen. I knew.
What's the last DM y'all posted? Never, right?
Something to you, right? Like some funny reel or something.
Right.
Nah, you're not putting your business on
that white man in them. You know, Mike Rappaport tried to listen. Mike Rappaport did the Tribe Called Quest doc and all that. So Michael Rappaport was almost black for a minute. Then his whiteness just.
He got his emotion. He got into his feelings, and his feelings got the best of him
for doing that. And I think he was on Undisputed, right? And talking.
Yeah, he was on there with Uncle Shay Shay.
Yeah, I ain't watching yet.
What Shay Shay do? Shay Shay get with him? What Shay Shay say?
Oh, Shay Shay got on him. Shay Shay got on him and say, why would you do that? Shay Shay say, why won't you just get into his DMs and say, hey, Katie, it went too far, blah, blah, blah.
I punch on Katie.
Right, but it went too far didn't mean put it out in the world. Like, just don't fuck with somebody. Hey, I got an idea. I got this. You could just block them.
That's what Shay Shay said.
That's what
Shay said. Shay Shay said.
I ain't even say that.
Y'all just split. Y'all just split up. Like,
bitch, that's bitch made to be releasing some. I'm mad, so I'm gonna release it. And then he had the nerve to say,
I wish
he didn't know the power of his own social media.
Listen, give me KD in the best of you, dog. Pause.
Michael Rappaport said he didn't know the power of his own social media.
He wasn't supposed to.
On Undisputed, he said that.
Yo, how KD?
He lied his ass off on that.
Hold on, how KD, 6'11", 197 pounds, peasy ass head, gonna tell you I'm gonna meet you on the. I'll be on that block, nigga. Let's go. Knock your fucking head off, nigga.
I don't understand what.
I kick you right in that badass knee. Fuck out of here, yo.
Why KD be getting so mad?
Remember that shit Ric Flair used to do when he hit you behind your leg, like.
KD don't smoke weed.
Yeah, KD got issues. Ever since he lost his fiance, that WNBA player left him. It's been over.
For real?
That was some years ago.
So speaking of the WNBA, y'all seen Tia Cooper lately? Oh my gosh. Tia Cooper, I'm trying to tell you, boy.
That's not the one that's messing with Dwight Howard.
I hope
that's
not.
her. That's her.
She engaged to him, little light skin joint.
She ain't light skin, but that's her.
Yeah.
All right, she played for the Sparks.
That's the same girl. She messed with the Dwight Howard with the bubble on the like basketballs in the butt.
The white man, he a sucker, man. He a goofy. That's a goofy ass nigga right there, boy.
There he has Dwight Howard.
That nigga goofy as all hell, man. Big as hell and goofy.
She definitely is
been in the league 17 years, ain't got no go-to move. The strongest shit.
Who?
Dwight Howard.
Oh. That's your man. They in Philly.
Nah.
He got a ring. Finally.
He got handed one. Here you go, young fella. A lot of niggas got rings. Nipsey passed away 2 years ago. That kind of flew under the radar a little bit, man.
It's hard to believe it was 2 years.
Yeah. I didn't think it was this late in the year. Why? I thought it was like February or something. I don't know why.
It was March.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the great Nipsey.
I mean,
y'all been up on y'all Snowfall? Y'all done caught up? Mm-hmm. That shit right there. Look, I keep going to this thing where I read something. It was like, Snowfall took a step back this year. I don't know what the hell y'all was watching. I don't know, man. I might put it on Google or something. It was like, Snowfall season 4 don't live up to the first 3 seasons. Like, y'all tripping.
That's just people being weird. Like people just can't just like stuff.
Yo,
everybody gotta be have a talking point on some shit.
That shit right there.
A hot take.
Like, that shit.
I think the acting is overall. Shut up.
That shit right there. That shit good, boy. They ain't playing no games over there.
Might
be the best show on TV.
I like how everybody characters develop since the first.
Those be the best shows when you see somebody go from one.
Everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy. That's hard to do. That's
the thing about like a Game of Thrones. You watch Game of Thrones and you see them, the Sparks, the young Sparks and Starks. And would he end up at the end? That's the beauty of television.
Yeah.
Where you see that artist, I can recall the little white chick on what's the shit? Walking Dead, the white lady with the short hair, and her husband used to beat up on her. And then what she ended up becoming, I didn't even finish it, but I mean, like I seen like like in 4 seasons, I'm like, damn, she was like the weakest person out there. Now she just heartless. So that's I think that's like
Carol.
It's like the greatness of TV, like
That's the only thing I watch for real, like on TV live, like that and basketball for the most part. Speaking of which, the fucking game on tonight.
Yeah, the Knicks tried to beat Brooklyn, but I hate Kyrie Afro, dog. I swear to God.
Plus, where you got your man, the truth at on the list?
Oh, let's go. So Paul Pierce, right? He went live on Instagram. IG Live. So Paul Pierce on IG Live. He's smoking weed, right?
Big gas.
He's smoking weed.
We don't know. Allegedly.
He got white girls just all over the place on IG Live. He got let go by ESPN, or him and ESPN came to a mutual agreement, right?
No, he got fucking fired.
No, he got fired.
Don't get that motherfucker no. They wasn't coming to a mutual end before fucking Friday. Like that wasn't like get the fuck out of here.
Guess what? The show will go on without Paul. We will not miss a beat. I miss Chauncey Billups more than Paul.
You know why
Pierce.
they said mutual got that going in? Because they got all that flack from saying old boy got fired and the rest of the coaches had mutual releases. So that's them tiptoeing. Fuck them.
Oh, right. Oh,
but my thing with that is like, y'all remember when my man, what's my man name used to be on there? Ryan, what's his name? Flush.
Oh,
Russillo.
Oh, Russillo. Okay.
When Russillo had that wild night and he walked into somebody's house like half naked drunk, he kept his job. Russillo, like this was why he was still working. Look at that. He kept his job.
I'm trying to put a face on who you talking about.
Russillo, he used to be on with Cornell back in the day.
That name ring a bell. Was he a white guy with was his hair like bald, but he got like
but he had the little fuzzy joint on the top.
Right. Okay.
He had a wild night too. He kept his job. I ain't saying Paul Pierce should have kept his job. He's stupid for even doing that. That was just dumb.
It seemed like he didn't want his job.
That was dumb as like a married man. Like that was just stupid.
That seemed like he didn't want his job no more.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Paul Pierce, all right.
He seemed like one of those people that's struggling with retirement too. Like I don't, you know what I mean?
Right.
People do.
What Russell Wilson gonna do after he finished?
Like
that money ain't. You gotta figure that out.
What Paul Pierce? Is Paul Pierce doing something positive in the community or something?
No, I'm talking about like not money. I'm talking about like he.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, do we got? That's what I'm saying. Do we got other ventures he's into, or you know?
He might not have
been when he had to retire. He might not have been ready to retire. His body.
So the fact we keep listen. I mean, I'm not saying it, but like most of the what's the number? Like 70% of the athletes go broke. Yeah. Some. It's not like just straight logic that just because you great at anything, you're gonna be great post career. The chances say the reality say most are gonna lose it. Now, why? There's a lot of different reasons. Struggle with post career, don't got no financial. The white boys put money in real estate and blew all his football money. Bernie Kosar went bankrupt. This stuff happens. So whether it's mental or I used to be the truth and now ain't nobody checking for me, like you know, other than once a week on TV, and that's not good enough, right? For where I used to be. That's a lot developed in that. As to why that might happen.
So you think he's gonna get a divorce now?
Why would he though?
He married?
I don't know why.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something that stuck out to me, yo.
The biggest thing is who the fuck married his cornball ass? Like I feel sorry for her if he is.
Yo, on a show they got, I think it's a little. I want to say she brown skin lady that's doing the NBA show now with Paul Pierce, right? And it threw me for a loop because she kept calling Paul like I'm like. Yeah, watch the left, like it's Uncle Paul. I really feel like it didn't feel right the way I'm like, damn, why she calling him Uncle Paul? Stuck out to me.
I ain't hear. She was calling him Uncle Paul.
I ain't hear that.
Yeah, my bad. Y'all went out. Yes, y'all can hear me now.
Yeah, hear you.
Yeah, hey, y'all hear me?
Yeah. You hear me cool?
I hear you.
Okay. But yeah, I heard that. I didn't hear I don't know where he heard that at. I haven't heard that Uncle Paul thing.
My bad. Y'all can hear me now?
What you say? Who was that? Was the Obamacare? That wasn't her. She was calling him Uncle Paul.
It's the lady that's on there on ESPN with them.
Bro, I'm now in my little circles, like you know, younger 20-somethings call me so it's. But
listen,
it's easy for me because I wasn't never the truth with no lights and shit like that. But like
Jalen older than Paul Pierce, she not calling Jalen Uncle Jalen. You
giving Unc vibes.
Yeah.
No, that just stuck out to me.
Snoop called everybody but Jay-Z nephew. like
that's funny.
Word.
Funny.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I ain't talking to Hope like that. Y'all seen the Space Jams trailer?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
I wasn't impressed.
It didn't make me hype.
Did you put an X on that? Did you put an X on Jams? Because that's
Here you go.
No,
Black people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did you see the Space Jams?
I might got Space Jams down here, so that might be me. Space Jam.
You got the silent S or the apostrophe that written. You got the fucking apostrophe. That's fucking hilarious.
No, I just got the S. I ain't got the apostrophe.
He trying to sound correct you.
Alan Soundman.
You see what happened when he show up at 8? It's the bullshit. I hate 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
I'm still struggling with the fact that Jay got this fucking beautiful grain of fucking Rottweiler hair on the top of his head. Out of nowhere. Yeah, you just go show up on the chat with a new like head of hair. Yeah,
but he got like I can't really tell. I might have to zoom in on it. It's like a fro.
Yeah, man. My shit.
You got a fro, Jay?
Yeah. I thought he was bald.
I thought he was bald too.
No, I'm not bald. I'm not you. Like I can grow mine.
You're not who?
Calm down, Flush. Calm down, Flush. I'm talking to the Slender Man out here.
I'm just trying to make sure
we're talking to the Slender Man.
Who, me? What you talking about, baby? Who you talking about?
I'm talking.
Yo, look at this, boy. You talking about? You just say, "Yo, you got me fucked up, dog."
Hey, if you cut that shit, it look like KD's hair. Fuck out of here.
Yo, that's like, hold up, hey, cool. That's like the comments I be making, like, oh, dang,
that shit cut too deep for a Band-Aid solution.
Right. So you heard it though, Fluff. You heard it, right?
Yeah,
you heard the egg.
You gonna throw the KD on him though? We supposed to be brothers.
Right.
We supposed to be. Come on, Jay.
Oh man.
Hey, this is brothers talking shit. 1:30. Right. This is probably our last episode.
Right.
This shit over.
Did y'all see the Final Four shot? I mean, the game the other night. That shot.
I didn't see that shot.
Jalen Suggs.
I was watching that shit live.
Yes.
Jalen Suggs. They said it was like 40 feet or something.
Yeah, man.
It was a Steph Curry shot. I mean, if you want to relate it to anything,
they ready to say he the number one pick
nowadays.
He been tough since he was
one of his right
past him. I seen him play when he was like 13, 15 years old.
And they were trying to get him to play football. He was quarterback.
No, Jay, he liked that in football too.
That's what I'm saying. He was a quarterback, just launching.
He liked that in football too. Matter of fact, he was about to quit basketball altogether like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He didn't even because he I think he was going through like a transfer situation. He was just like, yeah, I just want he was trying to figure out what was working best. He can play.
I'm trying to figure out what female you talking about. You talking about L. Duncan, the little light skinned chick you talk about?
I'm not
who
sure.
calling him uncle.
I don't know. She on ESPN though. So she's on that show.
L. Duncan is like
not when Stephen A. You know they got the drink with Jalen and all them. They got Jalen in the studio, and they had Paul Pierce on the camera. She's like, yeah, Uncle Paul. I'm like, damn, that shit just ain't sit right with me. Like,
yeah, if it was L. Duncan, yeah, even Molly young too.
Molly ain't that dark though. So I'm trying to.
I'm not sure. It might be. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me because.
Maria Taylor. Somebody said she keeps calling him uncle.
Yeah. That might be it. One more question real quick before we get out of here. If you were starting a team right now, who would you start a team with? Zion or Luka?
Luka.
I think Zion should be in the conversation though. I'm still saying Luka though, but I think Zion is
Luka.
Luka low key is very inefficient as a shooter. Like if you like he put up the numbers, and you be looking at like he's shooting for the usage that he's trying to accomplish and be like close to, I guess, the James Harden type of basketball player where you ball dominant. He's not as efficient as James
Are you telling me that Zion's a better shooter than Luka?
No. What I'm telling you
is not you.
Actually, no. So Jay, in regards to field goal percentage, yes.
No, I'm not talking about numbers. I'm just overall shooting.
Bro, listen, Zion don't shoot no. Zion is 64%, 65%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's playing a
at the
different
rim.
game. Zion playing a different game.
Listen, Jay. His field goal percentage and his stats like that are like all-time highs.
Legendary.
Like Shaq in 2001. Yeah. But he got a handle though.
Luka has the ball in his hands a lot more. And they trying to make him into like James.
But they starting to put the ball in Zion hands though. They starting in certain situations.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I think the test was for Zion will come in the playoffs because it get to be a different game, and Luka has shown up right in that space. So like the true test will be when that defense bogs down and they start playing them different come playoffs. It's almost like a deferred question. It's a great question though.
Listen, you got to understand the effect of Cool Mike. I might just come in and just. I'm gonna settle the argument. I'm gonna settle the argument, fellas.
It's a great argument.
Just watch Zion.
And before he lost his knees or whatever, not a bad point guard. You know what I'm saying? Not even a good job. Cool Mike. What are you talking about? Oh man, and his daddy. My daddy can go too.
See, I ain't met your pop. I ain't met your pop yet.
We all hoop maybe like one time, and then Uncle Needham like took that job. I was like, wait, what's going on here? This man pushing that joint up the court, little hesitation, change his face. He kicking it out. He was somewhere like a beach or somewhere, just out of the bar. I was like, oh. So, yeah, cool was the point guard to get the whole offense going. You know what I'm saying? He get the whole thing.
I tore my ACL, man, but like 14, 15.
Yo, we just got the.
I can't. Yo, when you say that every time, I cannot imagine tearing my ACL as a teenager. Like, just think about it.
You talking reckless to me, you're gonna get it done as an adult.
Ooh.
It was before like ESPN and all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Talked about it too. So
that's just crazy.
You gonna let him say that shit, JB?
What do you say? I hear. What do you say?
Talking about some? What'd you say, Jay?
I said, keep talking reckless to me. You're gonna get that shit done as an adult.
You gonna tear my knee up?
He got that baby fro. He gonna have that what's name in 2 weeks.
If you put that
in 2 weeks, he gonna have that Leon off Snowfall. Like
you probably will tear my knee up. You put that damn Mary's, whatever you got in your goddamn head.
And then after,
there ain't no Murray's. That's Blue
Magic. This is Crown. This is that Crown.
That's Crown Royal.
No, hey,
smell like a whole bar in the.
See, I was off putting you in the headlock flush, but now you might have to go back into that category.
Listen, you talk about you put Crown Royal in your hair. I don't know what's going on, brother.
No, you talk the red jar. The red
your tank
jar.
top ain't got no ribs in it. Your tank top ain't got no ribs in it. You gonna talk about that the whole
he got that shit that rip easy. That Hulk Hogan shit. Like.
Y'all crazy.
You brother.
Yo, you flat as a piece of paper. I ain't never seen no tank top with no ribs in it, yo.
Yo said he got a boneless tank top.
Yo.
This is picking a little brother a minute right now.
Yo, Jay ain't never got no sleeves, yo. Jay.
I'm in Florida, yo. What I need sleeves for?
Yeah, it's right. How hot was it down in the day, Jay?
It was like 80s.
Or something like.
And you had the Murray's wax kit in your head at 80-degree weather.
This ain't Soul Glow.
Yo, he said the Murray's. Yo, where's Murray's at? I wonder how much money Murray's is worth. Like,
I don't know. You keep putting it out there. You need to give me a sponsor then.
Yo, listen, because that one can last a long ass time, bro.
Yo, that shit, yo.
I ain't never seen a nigga with 2 Murray's cans. I never seen it.
Hell no.
You ain't never going to.
Who was the one trying to come up at the Murrays? It was like the blue can. It was like the
Sporting Waves is Murray, yo.
They tried to
hide it. Sporting Waves was terrible.
Are you talking about Wave 360 is what you talking about, the blue can?
Oh yeah.
The light blue.
If it rained and you put the Sporting Waves on, that was it.
You start sweating.
You ever put too much Murray's in your head, like just wax in your head?
Yeah, that's what it is.
You ever
it's wax.
With too much grease in your hair, you be sweating and shit. Like, God damn, my eyes, I can't see shit out here.
Right.
You definitely need a headband on if you put the Murrays in your head and go hoop.
Right.
You ain't got no Murrays
That's
after
funny.
3 runs. At the 3 fools, your shit back dry. You got.
Yeah, Marys came after the Activated. We went straight from Activated to Marys and shit. Sporting Wave.
Mm-hmm.
S curl.
All right, y'all.
I still put Marys in my shit.
Do you?
No, motherfucker.
I was ready to ask, like, yo,
what's going on? I had an intervention.
Nah, dog. Almond mint oil. Don't get it fucked up.
Yeah. That's fancy.
Bald head for life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's fancy.
Shout out to my brother Flush for telling me to cut it off.
Hey, bro, no cat, that almond oil good for. That's good shit. Good for your skin and everything.
I got it, yo. I'll be hitting the head and just break it down here. You know what I'm saying? I got the best skin in the house, yo. I tell everybody that. Yo, fuck out of here.
Tell him,
Talk your talk, King.
Feeling.
Talk your talk, King. Listen, Aiden just got his low fro cut off. He got the automatic wave. As soon as he got his shit cut, I'm like, shh. I'm about to grow a fro like Kissing Cam and them. You see them niggas is all growing their hair out now. When you ever say Cam with a full beard and a hair full of hair, dog? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with Nori. I'm done. I washed my hands with Nori.
Yo, that was tough. I didn't know.
It was a good interview.
It was a good interview. It would have been a better interview if Nori shut up.
Cam kind of carried the interview. Cam kind of carried the interview.
And Nori tried to destroy it. And Nori tried to destroy it.
Right. Yeah.
Single-handed.
When he said when he said Jay-Z went into that joint, was like, yo, delete that.
that
I'm like, yo,
shit.
what?
Yeah, I heard that shit before.
Also,
I never heard that one.
I want them to unpack why Jay-Z said he don't want Biggs a part of the money though. Like that's
right.
That's
they said
I never heard that before.
I didn't get that far.
I've heard that before. I've heard that before.
I never heard that before, Flush. I never heard that. When
But
he said that he didn't want
Biggs wasn't really
part of the money.
Biggs wasn't really doing enough for that.
No, part of the issue is that like Biggs is back in the fold now, so it's hard to see
with
how
them.
that.
And but it seems shady when you say that though, and he rocking together.
Yeah. But they don't be. But if you,
but even Cameron said I talked to him the other day, so he ain't even nothing there.
Right.
If you watch how Biggs move, it don't seem like he like directly be fucking with Jay-Z directly though. Like it's kind of weird.
Cam said he talked to Hove the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. They was on the Zoom.
Listen, the whole twist was what made it worse was they called PD up, and then
that's why I stopped listening.
And then PD was like,
the whole story.
Then PD was like, he got after Jay took Cam off of it. Cam showed up and gave him another copy with him on it. He took it to Cali, played it for Siegel, and Siegel got up. He was playing the game and broke the shit.
Oh, I didn't hear him say that.
you missed good stuff.
You right there. You right there.
No, I'm literally right there. He's telling them.
You gotta get back to it.
And how far you want me to keep going? And he was like, "Oh, you can." He said, "You can stop
the next story."
Okay, all right.
But I don't like how Noy was questioning him like it's so unbelievable. Oh, who Jay-Z really like? Stop that shit, man. Like, come on, man. Stop that shit. Like Jay just some angel or something. Oh no, Jay,
no, but you know what I appreciate.
I would have been insulted if I was Cam. Y'all keep it.
You know what I appreciated? That nigga was verbatim with the story.
Yeah,
right. You would have thought they planned it out and they had talked.
Oh, you talking about Cam and then Petey?
He ain't say not one word off of what.
Oh, they listen.
Cam wanted that showed me a lot about Cam.
Said it. Yeah,
Cam wanted to sign.
He said, "Yo." I said everything Petey said was verbatim. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? He said everything.
He said, call it.
Imagine
nigga can't stand on a square like that.
Imagine
no hip hop.
Imagine Petey with Dipset though.
Oh man, Petey was one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah,
shout out to Big for seeing Cam's talent and wanting to sign Biggie, Notorious B.I.G.
Yes,
and he just died. That's kind of what happened.
Shout out to Mace for taking him to his house.
Right, in the fold.
And told him, this the one. This the one you want to sign right here.
I knew he didn't like Confessions of Fire, but I didn't know he didn't fuck with it at all.
Yeah,
like, I didn't know he
was like, nah, that ain't my
shot. Like, I knew he didn't like it, but I didn't know he fuck with it at all.
No,
like,
you can tell though, because it's so different than everything else he put out though.
Shout out to Freaky Zeke for working Hey Ma and Oh Boy. I didn't know that, Julie.
Yeah, Freaky
sitting in them offices, them pop offices. That's a lot of work, I would imagine, man. Shout out to that. Right. Them songs had a run, for sure.
Right. It was a good interview, but Nori did everything he could to fuck that interview up. I swear he did.
Could have been an A+, probably was a B+.
Right.
Hey Ma had Dream with an hour wait to get in that joint. Like,
yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You waited patiently.
Dream used to be that shit. Yeah, Dream. Yeah, Zanzibar.
Jay was like 12.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, Jay.
With the stolen car. With the stolen car.
There we go.
He was 9.
Math, Jay.
Dream
having me do this math in my head.
But he was 6'3", so it was 6'3". He was 6'3", so he looked older.
Yo, he's actually having me do this math in my head. This nigga would say, yo, yeah, it was crazy. The line was out there. I'm like, wait a second, goddamn it.
98, hold on.
I was 21. I was just getting 21. So
98, I was 16. Shit.
No, Hey Ma. That's like, Hey Ma. Like,
oh, no, you talking Hey Ma.
No, because you remember Flesh. Oh, so you from Philly. So when they did the video, it was at Dream, obviously. Like, you seen the video. Dream nightclub in DC was like huge. Like, it wasn't nothing like it in the country at the time.
Right.
So after that joint came out, the line to get in the Dream used to be
they fucked that money up.
Yeah, like that joint used to be like if you're familiar with a club, that should be like literally a quarter mile. You be just standing, and you would stand, just standing.
It was dope. It was like an open end, like
that came out.
That was
They was ahead of their time.
Oh, 2 hours, you, Jay.
They could have COVID that shit out.
Plus, he's 15 years old. Plus, he was 15.
I was 16.
I was
16.
20.
My bad.
I was 16, but the crazy part about me being 16 at that time, I still had more hair on my face than you did right now. Fuck out of here.
That's fine. You still got to produce an ID, Jay. That's all.
Not if you know somebody.
This is Brothers Talking Shit episode. This shit can go on.
That was a perfect A-Mike moment, right? Like, yeah, you killing this shit right now because you like, let me get one aspect. This is Brother Talking Shit episode.
I know where this can go.
God bless you. Good night.
All night. This shit will not end. You know what, JB get like 9:45. JB just turn up like everybody else winding down. Like
we just get off.
JB be like, we just.
I'll get on my wife's nerves. I'll be like this all night.
Yo, listen, it take me a while to wind down too. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I can't just go upstairs and go to sleep after this.
Nah, if she wasn't sleepy, I'll be messing with her right now.
But yo, fellas, I love y'all, man. Great episode.
Love y'all, man.
Yeah, love you too.
I'm about to try to watch this game.
Did you end the episode? I'm tripping. Did you?
I ended it. You never stopped recording.
I was clowning while you was talking.
Yeah, I mean, I did. Brothers talking. This is Brothers Talking Shit episode 138. We out here, fellas. I love you.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Yeah.